none of them are cracked or broken, and they are all securely mounted. Okay. DOT bumper, yes, securely mounted with bolts or welded. My main thing though is reflective tape that runs the entire width, that is clean and not damaged. If you want to tell me it's not bent, that's not bent. Okay. Bent is bent, right? That's bent. Or this will be bent in where you backed up to a nice yellow pole about that big and didn't see it. Okay? And you hit it twice because you wouldn't go the first time. Okay? Or it is bent this way because when you backed up to the dock, it has a hook that latches onto it, and you didn't check to make sure it was unhooked even though the light said green, and you just pulled off. That ain't going. You gotta give it more throttle. Next thing you do is you got the landing gear, your skid plate and all that for your dock is on the ground.
Green means go.
Huh?
Green means go.
Yeah, green means go, but it better means you better get out and look before you take off.
Go.
Okay, because I have seen them to where these are not unhooked. I've also seen them where the deck plate is not out of your trailer, even though it says green. So you want to go back to where you picked your paperwork up, right? Or where you dropped the paperwork, depending on if you're picking up freight or dropping it off, and say, hey man, the light says green, but I went back there. It's either still hooked up or the plate's still in my trailer. You know, you can't look in there because 9 times out of 10 you can't stick your head around there to see if there is somebody in there. So you want to make sure that they okay, we'll get that fixed. Okay, I'll wait till I stand back here until I hear or see something. Okay, good, I'm ready to go. Okay, don't take it for granted because it says green. Okay, remember you're not jumping a traffic light. Okay, not like the 3 cars that went through it before you. Okay, so make sure that it is disconnected or out from your trailer before you pull out. Okay, we're going to do our suspension first and our brakes. So here, remember we said this trailer's air ride. Okay, some of them will be leaf spring, depending on the trailer that you get. We have 2 different types of air ride suspensions. Okay, and just a regular leaf spring suspension trailer. Okay, so we have a mount in the center for the rear axle, or in the front for the front axle. There's a bolt that goes there. That's where your control arm is bolted to, the bracket. Okay, so you'll be under here in order for you to tell me or show me what you got. So you have the mount here or here. Okay, now it's secured. Why? Because it's welded. Your control arm is bolted to your mount. Right? There's a bushing there that's not damaged or missing. Okay? The control arm itself, just like on the front of the or the rear of the tractor, it's not cracked, bent, broken. Right? Shock absorber, mounted top and bottom securely or with bolts, not bent, dented, or leaking, right? Airbag, mounted top and bottom with bolts, no cuts, bulges, abrasions, or leaks. There is no U-bolts here. Okay? Your brakes will be the same as on the rear of the tractor. You have your brake hoses, brake chamber and clamps, push rod slack adjuster, push rod slack adjuster, your brake lining, and your drum. Okay? So the hoses, right? Fittings are tight, no ABCs, no leaks. Brake chamber and clamps, bolted tightly. Clamps are not loose or missing, nothing's cracked, bent, or broke, not leaking. Push rod slack adjuster, no loose or missing mounting parts, no more than 1 inch of free play when released. Brake lining, not worn excessively thin, dangerously thin, or no more than 1/4 inch. Brake drum, nothing cracked, bent, broke. No bolts loose or missing. Free of debris, grease, and oil. Oh, and no welds. Okay, everybody good with that? Okay. At which point you'll get out and you'll finish up whatever you're doing.